movie is one of the most unfair examples of movie jail that's ever happened. If you're not familiar with movie jail, buckle up, you're in for a story. Carpenter first gets his break. He's like a young director. He makes a Academy Award winning short film. It's like Something or Other, Bronco Billy. I watched it once on YouTube. It's alright, it's interesting. It's like, oh yeah, you can see how his promise. It's cool. It's a cowboy movie. That's what Carpenter thought he was going to do, is make cowboy movies his whole life. And then somewhere around the 70s, they quit making cowboy movies. Look at that beard, glorious. So then he makes Dark Star. So it's got, you know, roots in science fiction. If you're a big sci-fi nerd, go ahead and check out Dark Star, but otherwise skip. After that, Assault on Precinct 13, total, like, let me retry that again. Assault on Precinct 13, it's like a total, like, 70s exploitation. It looks like an extended episode of SWAT, except it's very violent. It's like a remake of Rio Bravo. It's like these people kind of hold down this fort while bad guys attack from the outside. It's alright, it's good, I like it. I actually like it better than Rio Bravo. People are going to hate me for that, but whatever. So then after that, he makes Halloween, and Halloween's, you know, worldwide blockbuster. At one time, I think it was the highest grossing, or highest returning independent film of all time, meaning, like, you know, investment versus return. So Halloween blows up, and everybody learns who Carpenter is. So then, after Halloween, he does The Fog, and he does that as like a throwaway. Once again, huge return on investment. People think it's great. It comes out at a perfect time where it just makes a nice little chunk of change. So then after that, he does Escape from New York. And Escape from New York is popular, and it does really well. And it's obviously not like Halloween well, but it's like he's a proven director, Carpenter is, who just keeps making hit after hit after hit. So finally he does a studio movie. And he gets like a big budget, and he gets these, like, access to this great cast, and he can do whatever he wants. So he makes this, and it comes out against E.T.'s been out for like 2 weeks, so of course E.T. wins the week it comes out, but it also comes out against Blade Runner, so it finishes behind Blade Runner. A couple other things finished ahead of it. So basically it flopped at the box office. It came out at the summer, which is dumb as hell. Why would you release this winter movie in the summer? The reason I'm watching it now is because it's freezing snowing outside, and it's like this movie, every time the winter comes out, it's one of my winter movies. I've got like, you know, my fave 5 winter movies. So, anyways, after this flops, Carpenter starts making his, he has some other projects lined up, but this flops, and he loses Firestarter, and then a couple other things he was going to do, they just get pulled away from him. So that's what's called movie jail. All right, movie jail is like, you know, when you make anything, you have a budget, and people go and they look, and they say, okay, here's the list of directors we can afford for our budget. Here's the list of, you know, main actors we can afford for our budget. But what happens is, if you keep flopping, your name drops off the list, and then people just don't use you to make movies anymore. That's why someone who has a big hit, or maybe 2 or 3 big hits, just disappears, and they're like directing television now or something. Somebody invested $1 bajillion, and the movie lost money, and they end up in movie jail. Well, that's what happens to Carpenter. He has 3 big hits, and then this flops, and then he goes to movie jail. So after this, I think he does Christine, maybe? And the only reason he does Christine is because everything else dries up. No one else will give him a job. And I was like, what the fuck? That's so bogus. If I had to guess, he's probably was half a snotty after coming off of some successes. So especially in the studio system, they were just like, all right, dude, you know, peace, you're done with us. But Carpenter goes on to triumph. He has like a ton of hits, so the joke's on them.